Northwest Guns. This is live stream number 5 tonight, and everybody, welcome. We're gonna give it here a couple minutes here for people to show up. You guys, to give you guys all heads up ahead of time, you guys can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Odyssey, Twitter, LinkedIn, most of the major social media platforms, including MeWe and Jump. We are on Parlor, but I haven't been active on there in a while. So, I want to thank everybody here for jumping on. I appreciate it. You guys can catch us. We are live right now on YouTube, or the Facebook group, Northwest Guns, and you can catch me on my own personal page if you know me over there. So, but yes, so we are live. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We have Mr. Slav Guns coming on with us tonight. We have, I don't know if we're gonna have any other guests pop on tonight, but I will tell you guys as we go. Just for that fact, I will see who else wants to come on tonight, and the invite's always open to any of my friends. So we will get going here. We'll start this video up. Some channel announcements. We are going to be doing, we have some upcoming reviews. We have some special guests coming up. Joe, thank you and welcome. Welcome all. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun chat. We're gonna be trying our topic tonight. We're gonna try to stick to the topic, but you guys all know how me and Slav are. We're going to talk about stock competition rifles. He's going to bring one on tonight on his background, and I have one set up on the camera behind me that we're going to discuss. The big announcement this week was Bagara released the new Premier model with the Masterpiece Arms chassis. We will be bringing that up. We'll be talking about it later tonight, and we're gonna go from there, guys. So we're gonna have fun, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a good chat. So let me see. I can get my other screen up. Okay. Okay, as you guys can see, I got YouTube up here. We're gonna bring in everything up. Okay. So, well, that's fine. So, Bagara USA made the announcement earlier this week, or actually yesterday, for their new rifle line. Now, their new rifle line is their competition line, and it's actually starting off at a decently priced area. So, I'm going to bring this up more. Okay, so the Premier line is Bagara's top of the line platform. Their Premier series is barrels that are made here in the United States. The action is blueprinted, tuned, and everything. And they make a nice rifle. As you guys know, I do have a couple videos on Bagaras where I've done in the past. 300 Win Mags and the 6.5 Creedmoor, the Wilderness Edition. So you guys know I have a background with Savages and with Bagaras. So the nice thing about Bagaras is it sits on the Remington 700 footprint. What I think was a really good move for Bagara was to move this over to going with the Masterpiece platform because of the simple fact of the matter, they're out of the Georgia area. So it has a lot of features to it that are nice. The Masterpiece platform are nice. I've seen people use them. I've never personally gotten to use one myself. Their weight is actually kind of light. I'm expecting a lot of people are going to put weight kits on this because it's coming in at 12.7 pounds. It's coming at 46 inches overall, so you shouldn't have an issue getting a case. Oh, the barrel tampers are number 7. Muzzle brakes are 5.8 by 24. AICS style magazines, 10 round capacity. It's a Trigger Tech frictionless release technology trigger. I'm gonna shoot and say this might be a Trigger Tech special. I don't think it is a Trigger Tech diamond like the ones I have here. I'll show you guys here. I don't think it's a diamond per se, like I have, and this is for the XC build that we're doing. But I also have a Trigger Tech diamond single stage that we have coming up and review in here in a couple weeks. Now, let's bring this back up. Now, this was a really smart option, like I said, for them to go with somewhere that's more local for them. Bagara makes a nice rifle. They really do. They're not cheap. You're buying quality made rifles, and I haven't seen too many Bagaras that have gotten sent back to the factory because they're not accurate. And Bagara does have a sub MOA accuracy or better warranty to them. So sorry about that. But I want to go back down here. Scope base fits a 700, which I'm actually shocked that they're not throwing the scope base in on this. But at the same time, it's also a good option if you're running a 0 MOA, 20 MOA, or a 30 MOA scope base. I've seen some go all the way up to 40 MOA. Now, this is only going to come in 2 caliber. It's going to be 6.5 Creedmoor with a 1.8 twist barrel, or a 6 Creedmoor with a 1.7.5, which will be shipping late this summer. MSRP $24.99. I don't really see these hitting street price for less than that, to be honest with you, with the way the market is right now and with the way Masterpiece Arms is setting this up, because they're putting the spigot system in there. You got the built-in rat race channels, which is pretty much an Arca Swiss system. You got a heavy profile stainless barrel, which is nice. You got your Trigger Tech trigger, and what's nice is that they went with a flat, so they're looking more. This is gonna be like more your pure PRS rifle, more of your NRL style. So I don't really see this set up for ELR, but something, everybody has their ways of doing things, and some people probably would run this chassis as an ELR chassis. It's got the dual extractor system for the action. Let's see, barrel length on both are 26 inches and everything. It's got all the manuals over here. You guys can download from Bagara if you guys want to know more about it. Customer service number and their email. But this was a big jump for Bagara from what I'm seeing, because if you go into their premier rifles, they got the Ridgeback, which I do have one of these stocks. It's made by Graybow, and it's called the Ridgeback. I have this set up on a 338 Improved, which we will be seeing more of this talk. And let's see, Joe, I got Lakeline Striker deal for G3, totally worth it. Nice. Way to go, Joe. That's awesome, man. And then you got the I'm gonna go back over here, the Premier Highlander, and then you've got the HMR Pro, which is really nice. And you got the HMR Approach. You got their LRP 2.0. This is their chassis gun they were running before, and this is on an XLR chassis system. And it's on the Element 3.0 stock system. So, really nice chassis system. I'm actually looking at one of these for one of the rifles we have out back here. I'll show you guys later. And then you have the Premier Mountain 2.0. They went with AG composite carbon fiber stocks on this, 6.2, 6.4 pounds, which is really nice. and Trigger Tech trigger system, which I think they're running the primaries in that one. It's more of a hunting trigger. You can't really adjust it down that low. So, oh, and so everybody knows, XLR did change their butt pad stock back here. I know this firsthand because I just installed one tonight on a buddy of mine's rifle. I helped him out with it. So, but yeah, the Premier, and then because this was the closest one that they had to a PRS style rifle, which honestly, I really do like this chassis system. I do like the XLRs. Maybe I'm biased because I've been shooting with one for like the last year, and they're just so comfortable. And I'm a big fan of ergo grips. I can't help myself. I like those ones. And then yeah, CSI dual mag. And on this one, it's a, if I remember right, it's a Cerakoted stainless barrel. And these ones are coming at like 9.5 pounds, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 300 Win, 300 PRC. So I guess it all depends on like what you're looking for and what you want. If I was running this as a comp rifle, I would definitely be running a Creedmoor on this platform. Probably on the other one too, I'd be running a Creedmoor more than I would be a 6 Creedmoor because of the barrel life. So bring this back down. So, I mean, if you guys got any questions or anything like that, we can answer. Like I said, we're gonna have Slav Guns on here tonight with us. We're gonna be doing some comparison on different competition rifles, and I hope you guys all checked out my video that premiered tonight at 6. I thought it was 6:30, but it was at 6. So it premiered a little bit earlier than I expected, but it was on the homemade DIY dope cards and stuff, and I did use my own dope card as a competition this last weekend. This is actually my last stage. This was 5 targets, and how I have mine set up, here, I'll show you guys, is I put what the target was, the range underneath it, and then over here is what it is in mils for me. So, I mean, I was looking, and what really brought this video on was I was looking at some companies that had dope cards and dope card holders, and I run dope card holders on both my competition rifles I have behind me. One's a 6.5 Creedmoor, one's my 6 GT, which is Project Prometheus. So I wanted to be able to have multiple cards, but these things are expensive. These things, everybody just wanted big money, and after looking at them and everything else, and I was like, I'm gonna play around with some PVC plastic, something about the size of a credit card, nothing bigger, nothing smaller, and figure out what's going on and go from there. So, and this worked out really well. I used two different cards throughout the day. So I would have one stage set up and one stage ready to go. I'd put whatever my stage was that this card was set up for on the back, and it worked out really well. It was really helpful because last year I was running everything on an armband on a 3.5x5 card, and that I would just stick right here, or I would have right here. You guys can check that video out. You guys can see how I had that one set up over at the Badlands Steel Challenge 2020 over from that competition. But I saw a lot of guys with their dope cards up on their rifle, and it really made me think, is this something I want to do? Is something I want to try? Well, it was. So I bought 2 of them. And the person who gave me the idea for the markers, believe it or not, was actually Ray over at X-Ring. Big shout out to him. And what's his face over at Is Your Six Covered? Rich. So I bought the package of 4 because I wanted to set it up also, so different stage, different color. That way it would be good to go. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can get. We're gonna see if we can get our friend in here with us tonight. 1 minute. So hopefully that will help Slav out come on. So, but yes, Ray was actually the one who told me what markers there were on one or two of his videos. So these markers work out really well. I was actually kind of skeptical with going with a permanent marker, but it worked out really well, and his advice was great. I would highly suggest anybody to go check out his channel, which is X Ring, and good guy. Never met him. Would like to meet him. Would actually like to shoot a match against him, just to say I did. So I know some of you guys who watch know also watch him. Okay, so looks like our nope, he's almost here. He'll let me know when he's ready. So, but yeah, like I said tonight, guys, we're gonna do discussion on competition rifles. So I hate to be repetitive, and I do apologize. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. But I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. This is really enjoyable and everything else. So we're gonna see if we can share the stream. And we also have a Northwest Guns group over on Discord, guys. I highly suggest everybody to go check it out. Come and join us. We've got some great people in there, always up for discussion. So I've met some really good people through it already. But highly suggest you guys to go check everything out as much as you guys can. Question: how did the sport change so much over the years, and was it the ammo or the guns? You know, I've been in the PRS scene now for probably going on a year. Haven't shot many matches with it. I have traveled to a match or two. Now, when Joe, I'll go back to your question. Joe, I mean, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining, man. I greatly appreciate it. It's really cool that you're watching. That means a lot to me. Everybody, I want you guys to go check out Cyclop videos. Go check out Joe's channel. He has a lot of great videos on different scopes and stuff like that. He's got stuff from your budget all the way to your high end. Really great guy. Guy is taking time out of his day to talk to me on the phone, messaging and everything else. Really good guy. So I'll go back to your question, Joe. How did the sport change so much over the years? It really was, from what I've seen and been told by a lot of people, is it's ammo and rifles and different types of rifles. It's a lot to do with different stuff, from like going from like your 22 caliber, which is becoming really popular with like the 22 GT, 22 Creedmoor, going up to like your 308s. The 308 was what a lot of people were using, and the 308 is a tried and true cartridge both on the competition field and the battlefield. So I have a lot of experience with 308s myself. And then what came along was the 6.5 Creedmoor. The 6.5 Creedmoor was more of an improved shoulder, brought it back more. You could load the bullet more off the jive instead of off the shoulder, as you guys can see here. There's a lot to do when it came to the ammo. Now, the 6.5 Creedmoor is never going to have the barrel life like a 308 does. You can get 8,000 rounds out of a barrel, where you're going to get 3 to 3,500 out of a 6.5 Creedmoor. But you're really going to more or less be more competitive when you start getting into the 6mm cartridges, and that's why I built the 6GT. Now the 6GT has pretty much the barrel life like a Creedmoor, but it's got the flatness, it's got the vapor trail set up. I mean, it's really really nice and really competitive with very low recoil, and it's I was so impressed with this. I've never been a 6mm fan, and I just was like, I'm gonna give it a try, and I chose this one over the Creedmoor. It's got a more improved shoulder. It's got a 308 bolt face on it. So what's nice is that down the road, if I wanted to, I could just swap my barrel to a 6 Creedmoor or a 6.5 Creedmoor or anything that takes a parent 308 case. So um, it's just one of those things. I just really went that route with it. So it makes total sense to have dope cards on your rifle and your new scope so you don't have to shift around as much to check your log. I mean, it's literally the reason why snipers have spotters. You're right, and I agree with you, Carl. And having doing that one competition with my 300 PRC and having the dope card on my wrist, and then having my dope card up on my rifle actually improved my time management, and having the 6mm bullet did too. So Max, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come on. Okay, everybody, we're gonna bring on Max from Slav Guns, really good friend of mine. So we're gonna bring him up. You are live, my friend.
What's going on, everybody? So I am glad to be here. I know I look a little bit different. I got my total shill on for our discussion today. And the proud sponsor of this video is Olight. So this is the brand new...
Oh my god. I can't believe you just did that to me.
What? So this is
Okay,
the
we
new
need a sponsor
Olight...
from Blue Moon too, but okay.
This is the new Olight Balder RL. There's a flash sale going on right now, and I think you should check it out. Just don't be a dumbass and put a flashlight in your mouth.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was
And by the way,
great.
I'm Mr. Ruger Guns today, not Mr. Slav Guns. Come on. I got my
Yes.
Ruger there. I got my Ruger backpack. I got my Ruger T-shirt. I was looking for... So when I was moving away, I was like looking for Ruger stickers to put on my laptop, but there's no Ruger stickers that I could find here. And then, well, there is a sticker inside one of my 1022 collectible boxes, but I don't take those apart. And then I was like, well, I have a Ruger patch, but I'm like, there's no way I'm going to put on a soft body armor for this one. Although, I might wish that possibly, yes, I would, by the time our conversation is done and over with. Hey, that gun looks familiar.
Yes, that's why I brought it up. So
Now, wait, hold on. Is that the one that can talk about, or is that the one I can't talk about?
this is the one that's on their website. So I want to say this is the one you can talk about.
So I can talk about that. I can't talk about that.
Oh, here. Move again real quick. Okay, now that can see you.
I can't talk about that particular one because that's not out yet.
No, it's not. So,
but it is interesting though. So it's actually a really good conversation for. So first of all, I'm sorry that I'm late.
it's all good.
Cats apparently were running out of food. That they needed to go get food, and then need to spend time with the crazies.
Right.
So that's how it is. So this is going to be cool. Wow, you're on Twitch. I see a comment that there's from Twitch. So that's awesome. But wait, hold on. So for the regulars here, I am still getting my Slav on. So I'm not drinking beer, but this is called kvass. It's like a Russian root beer type, and it's really good.
Yeah, I got the... Here, I'll bring it up on my screen real quick. Switch my cameras. So...
Look at you being all awesome.
Because I have to represent my brand tonight.
Oh, nice.
So I got my stock Savage one. Well, okay, it's not stock anymore. We all know me. Anybody who knows me knows I can't leave a gun stock.
But I was gonna say I have a Savage 110 here too. It's still in its tactical configuration.
Right. So there's the Savage 110 Precision in the front, and in the back, I have my custom built 6GT, which is Project
Beautiful.
Prometheus. Um, as you guys can see, the data card holders are sitting right by the scopes. Now I have two different styles. This one, the one on the Savage, actually mounts to the scope mount. The one on Project Prometheus actually goes around the tube.
Interesting.
So they're both by the same company. They're both by Warren. Their Skyline Precision mount it is top notch mount, but when you're talking at 202 to $250 a mount, it's a little hard to swallow to buy two of them at one time.
Actually, I let me see if I can bring it up. I'm not sure if I'll be able to share the screen, so if not, I'll send you in the chat. But I thought I had it on this gun. I had my dope card, but I put it on my 6mm arc gun along with the tripod, which is why these boxes, which are definitely empty boxes and not boxes of bullets, they're holding up that gun. But what the hell is it?
So I do want to go on this comment real quick with Carl. Less for the dope card thing is less motion, less target acquisition. Exactly. Now a lot of sniper teams nowadays probably are doing that more, more than what they were 10, 15 years ago. So,
yeah, but here's actually the one comment I wanted to make about that when I saw that. I think you also have to put it in context as to like at what distance you're going to be shooting it at. Because, I mean, if you're shooting out to 300, 400 yards, you really don't need a dope card. And most of the calibers, unless you're shooting at 22, they're going to have pretty much close to the same drop. So, I mean, for example, I know if I'm shooting 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, almost anything, if it's zeroed at 100 to get out to 300, 330 yards, I'm holding roughly 2 mils no matter the caliber. And at that point, I mean, it depends on the size of the target that you're shooting. But unless you're shooting like a match environment, if you're just shooting a steel plate, well, you're shooting like a 3, possibly 4 MOA plate. And even if whether it's 2 mils or 2.1 or 2.2, it's not going to make a bit of a difference. Just point and click. It's just once you get past out those distances, then yes. But I would still say you should probably start having it more memorized, or at least get in tune with what your gun is, and you need to memorize all of those things like the back of your head. Derek, you muted.
like I was saying before, at the competition on my last stage, we had to shoot the same target twice, first and last, and it was 337. But we were shooting it through a Leopold system, so. But.
And I sent you in a private chat the link too.
Yes, let me copy that link address to bring it up because I know exactly what dope card this is. Because
it's a bubble level.
Yes, I wanted this one, but they've been out of stock and they haven't sent me one yet.
I wouldn't spend the money on it though, honestly.
So I do like the way this one is set up personally. With the way it is, here I'm gonna bring up the screen bigger because it does sit a little bit lower, where mine sits a little higher up here.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm actually been debating because I've actually got 2 bubble level systems on Project Prometheus. One up on the scope rings, and then one up on the actual
rail.
One up on the actual scope. So it's nice to have 2 because that way, if for whatever reason, if you knock your bubble level, you can actually recenter it quicker because you can just put that bubble level on the bottom and have it recenter it. So yeah, actually, I do like the system here.
It's a very cool design. Like I mean, my biggest complaints with it is, so in order to remove that card, you need to have those 2 little tiny Allen screws, and you can't really Loctite them in place because it's gonna be a lot easier to draw on it if you can take it on and off. The bubble level is cool. It's definitely nice. The Picatinny mount, it's not the greatest, but what I do wish they had is instead of the two Allen screws that hold the dope cord in place,
Mhm.
I wish they had like a quick detach or like a locking lever or something
Okay.
along those lines that would make it good. I mean, it's cool, but would I
Okay.
spend my own money on it? It's like $120. You're like it's a little nuts. Sorry to say.
No, but that same company makes a really nice rifle case. We got a video coming up for.
That is very true. Oh, and I have like well from the same company, I have a very nice shooting mat, which is actually
Oh.
pretty nice.
Oh, so you got the shooting mat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you got that really expensive rifle case, which
Oh,
is
I
like,
know.
damn you,
Oh, I know. Oh, and that's the one I took to the competition too. So
nice.
it was. I'll honestly, I really liked having that set up because if I wanted to put the rifle case back in and hump the rifle around that way, I could, and it was just easily deployable. It was a really nice setup.
Yeah,
Yeah, because this same company they make a lot of
yeah.
nice
So
tags and everything else.
Ulf Hadnarver, one of their main distributor in the United States is USIQ, so they only work really with four companies. And Ulf Hadnar is actually started by a Norwegian PRS shooting champ, so a lot of the products were
Yes.
designed from that perspective. I do think that they're a little bit more expensive than what they need to be, and versus what you can get by others, especially considering that they're not all made in Norway, and they're actually just so like some of the stuff is made in Pakistan,
Hmm.
like for the shooting mats and such. So I think they have some really cool designs, but I'm not sure. Like, I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I have a hard time recommending it to somebody who's like getting started or brand new into it. What I
Hmm.
will say for like shooting mats and things like that, the ones that have been really good value is NC Star with the Vism WISM, I believe, mats,
Okay.
and they're really awesome value for the money. The one that I had was. From Midway. Midway also makes some pretty cool stuff as well.
Yes, the Vism. Actually, I was looking at this one myself. Um,
Yeah, and on Amazon it gets like insane reviews. Like really good value for the money.
yeah, and I mean, what is it like $30? I mean, you really can't beat that.
Yep.
Not for a shooting mat. No, because my case that I have for the 300 PRC came with a suppressor cover, shooting mat, and a bullet book. So I think I paid 130 for that case, and that was at Sportsman's. But yeah, I mean, so here I'm going to bring up the Ruger. I'm gonna let you talk about that.
Well,
Um,
here I guess why don't we start with, and of course you're the host. You can tell me where to shut it.
no,
But how we even came to this conversation.
yes, okay. I brought that. I was coming into that earlier, so I was bringing up this to everybody, which was the new Bagara competition rifle because Bagara is they make a fine rifle. Now
For
I
posers.
I was saying for Bagara, they were smart to team up with Masterpiece Arms because Masterpiece Arms isn't too far away from them. So it's quite smart for them. Um, because they're both southern companies, they're both local to each other, so I think it worked out really well. My only thing is they did this in two mainstream caliber. Um, I I was really hoping that they would when I saw this they were going to do something more than just 6.5 Creed or 6 Creed. I was really hoping maybe they would have jumped into like maybe gone with a off the shelf dasher or GT or something like that, something that's a more competitive cartridge for the value.
Yeah. But did you talk about the premise of the rifle itself or
Yeah,
why
I've talked
or
about the premise of the
okay.
rifle. It's made for people who want to get into PRS. For the
And
price, it puts you right at production class.
yep.
For sanction matches and everything. I mean, you're getting a really good chassis. They're uh 5 years running now top chassis in the PRS rifle class. So everybody likes them. They got a lot of features to them. I'm actually quite surprised Masterpiece Arms is putting on the spigot. I didn't think that they would actually do that and keep that like as a aftermarket accessory, but they did. The barrels and everything are made here in the United States. They're not made in Spain like their chromoly barrels are. The Trigger Tech trigger. The only thing I'm gonna have to shoot and say this is gonna be a Trigger Tech special. From what I'm seeing, it's a black body, and it's either the primary or the special. But I'm thinking I'm gonna shoot and say it's a special.
Did they talk about the what the trigger weight is? Because that would probably tell you.
No, it didn't go into any weight talk.
Interesting.
It didn't go into anything like that, and that was actually really shocking about that. They
Yeah.
didn't go into like, okay, the dual extractor system bolt. They didn't go into the flute bolt. They didn't go into the oversized bolt handle. They didn't go into any of that type of stuff. It was just, wow, we're working with Masterpiece Arms. We're putting this rifle together. Have a great day. So, but
Yeah.
with the price point of it, with the Premier, their barreled actions are about $1,200-1,300 on Brownells. The chassis systems are about 1,000 over on Masterpiece Arms. So I figured it's got to be a special, because if it was a diamond trigger in the pictures, you would either see green for
Mm-hmm.
2-stage or red for single stage. So I'm shooting to say it's probably going to be a special, is my guess.
And I'm also thinking from a trigger tech's perspective, they probably wouldn't want to put on the best trigger in there. But then again, it's a standard Remington 700 clone, so it's not like it's a brand new trigger or anything. So
No,
it's
no,
interesting.
it
So
is.
and it's funny, like, so when I found it, I'm like, I had to tag you in there, and like somebody in a Facebook group. So this was in long range shooters, and they were asking, like, oh, it's like, well, this is cool, but like, why is it in 6.5 Creedmoor coming out right now, and
Yeah.
then 6 Creedmoor in the summertime? And my witty response to that was, because, well, this isn't made for any serious competition shooter. It's made for people who are interested in getting into PRS, or people who want other people to think that they're interested in PRS and they want a competition rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I'll put it this way: look, it's $2,500 MSRP.
Yeah.
Probably it's good. Let's say street price. Let's say 22, 20.
Honestly, I don't see this rifle going at a street price. To be honest with you, not with the way the market is right now.
You think it's going to go like at full MSRP 2,500?
I think it's going to go at full MSRP because it's running a Masterpiece Arms chassis.
Who cares?
Uh,
Let me actually flip. Let me preface that conversation. Outside of hardcore competition shooters, who has ever heard of Masterpiece Arms? With the exception of, you had heard of Masterpiece Arms for making crappy Saturday night special handguns back in the day. So, I think so. Here's it. You're a PRS shooter. Would you spend $2,500 on this gun?
if I didn't build
Okay, so the
my
answer is
rifle,
no.
no. Well,
Okay,
actually, no. This would be. I would say this would be put up in like the top 5, maybe top 6,
so no.
and and the big reason for that is because I could take this, run it for one season, rip the barreled action the whole barreled action out, and actually start with and go get Cowboy Atlas action or uh, a Mac Brothers or something like that, and then build on from there and get a better barrel than a 1-in-8 twist. Especially in a Creedmoor, if you're running something like it's supposed to be like precision for PRS, I'd be running a 1-in-7, not a
Okay.
not a 1-in-8.
All right. So basically, you, as an astute competition person or as an astute long range shooter, you wouldn't buy this gun because you would want to change things up. In which case, I'll save you the trouble of saying yes, you're right. In which case, you probably, for that same amount of money, you can spend $800, $1,000 on an action. You would
Mm-hmm.
spend, call it, $700 to $800 on a chassis. So you might spend a little bit more money, but you're going to build it the right way with all the components that you'd want. And at
Yeah,
that point, you're getting a truly custom action. You're getting the right barrel, the right twist rate, everything that you'd want.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if we're talking production class rifles. Now, somebody who wants something in the 700 action, this is a good route to go.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you want something, if you don't want to do the 700 action, you want to go a different route, this is the route I would go.
Okay.
Would be the Savage. Now, with the Savage, there is a few things I would change on it. Hence, I have.
Wait,
Except
hold
for
on, hold on. That gun doesn't even come with a mount or any type of muzzle brake or anything else like that.
no, it doesn't. So
Is
that's
the
the
is the bolt handle threaded at least that you can swap it out?
I don't know. There was no talk about it.
Yeah, so it's
So
once again, I kind of go back to the premise that it's made for people, it's made for Bagara owners who want a competition gun. I guess the question is, do we have a sponsored Bagara PRS shooter? That would be my next question.
Bagara does have sponsored shooters.
Okay.
They do have sponsored shooters.
Okay. So let me flip the conversation around a little bit in that perspective. Would you rather get a pay $2,500 for the Bergara, or spend, call it seven? Actually, no, it's way less than 17 for the 110 Elite Precision that you're putting up right now.
The 110 elites are going for about our 2,000 MSRP.
Okay, and the
And the nice thing,
street
yeah,
price is like closer to 1700. And I've seen them in a Davidson email advertised to dealers like pretty cheap.
yeah, and depending on what caliber you get, in this one, it comes with a muzzle brake. So like the 6.5, the 6 Creed, or anything like that. Personally, this is a great chassis, great action. I would probably rip this trigger out for the trigger I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. And they actually, I think, I want to say they gave a better barrel, or is it a 1 and 8 also? Okay, it's a 1 and 8, but this is 5R and not a button twist. Personally, I would shoot for the 5R barrel myself. I've had really great luck with them, especially in the 30 cals.
Okay.
But you got this one, or like I said, I have, which mine is the 110. Let me see if it's going to show.
So dealer cost on a 110 Elite Precision is 15 and change.
Yes. And then you got the Precision, the 110 Precision, which is what I have here. And
Mm-hmm.
MSRP on these are $15.95. Street price is about $1,200.
Yep.
You could get something like this and build it up like I did. And I'll show everybody here. Build it up more and do your like fab bipod, your fab spike bipod, your Arca Swiss rail, your adjustable bag rider, your Anarchy
Pistol grip.
Outdoors,
Yep.
Emperor Penguin grip. Big shout out to Anarchy Outdoors for helping the channel out. And it comes with a scope base. It comes with a 20 MOA scope base at that. I mean, it's got a sling swivel bipod system on the front, so you could put a Harris on it to start to get you going. It comes with a good MDT rubberized grip, which I took off because I'm more of a vertical grip shooter. But I mean, if you really wanted to go and you want to make this rifle just as good as that Bagara, or even better in my opinion, because this actually comes with a 1 and 8 5R fluted barrel, blueprinted
That's
action and everything. Which
I'd say
is,
it's already a better action. So I mean, my main concern with Bergara is they're very hit or miss in terms of accuracy department.
or if you
Um,
guys really want to go with it, get the one and true dropped in jarred trigger. Big shout out to
nice.
Jarred for sending that out to the channel. This is either going to go in this 110 precision, or it's going to go in my 112 target Magnum 338 Lapua Magnum for the ELR competition coming up in June. This is an 18-ounce trigger. It breaks clean. I will have a full review on this one in the coming weeks. So this is, like I said, a true drop-in trigger, which is just like the Timney, sorry, not Timney, the trigger techs that are coming with those. But I don't know. For me, honestly, if you're gonna do it, the Savage is the way to go, and you carry a set of headspace gauges with you. You can headspace a new barrel if you need to in a matter of minutes. So, um, and
But then, of course, there's another option.
the Ruger, which we're gonna get to. And the Ruger's a great option too. Even a stock, um, what do you call it? A stock Ruger,
RPR,
uh,
yep.
RPR is a great gun.
Oh, yeah.
I've shot the 6.5 Creedmoor ones. I mean, if you're looking for something just to get you into it for $1,200-$1,300 street price, it's a great gun.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
would
they're
definitely,
awesome. I mean,
I'll
well,
definitely let you talk more about this one because this is more upgraded.
yeah, so this is basically the new Ruger custom shop. This is the new Ruger precision rifle from the custom shop. And basically, that gun was, I'd probably say, one of the reasons why Bagara came out with their custom shop version. And this gun was basically inspired and designed and built for Doug Koenig, who shoots for Team Ruger in PRS production. And he's been winning matches with it. So I have a video ready to go on it, but the gun that's behind me is not this exact one that's out right now. So the one that's out right now is in 6mm Creedmoor. Read between the lines, mine isn't, and that's why I can't release the video yet. But I should have a 6 Creedmoor out soon, in which case I'll be able to release the video. But so Ruger chose to come out with 6mm Creedmoor first because, well, that's the cartridge that, if you're going to go into PRS production and you're not going to hand load your own ammo, you're going to be able to find 6mm Creedmoor ammo. And you're not, if you're going to go with 6 Dasher, 6 GT, you're going to have a lot more difficult of a time trying to find ammunition. But I don't understand why Bergara went 6.5 Creedmoor first versus 6 Creedmoor, because if you're going to go for PRS and match shooters, you're going to go 6 Creedmoor. You're not, because it's flatter shooting and it's a lot less recoil that you're going to feel out of 6. Well, it's supposed to say, not that 6.5 Creedmoor has a lot of recoil, but with a good muzzle break, the gun, like I said, when I went out to shoot that gun the first time, I'm like, holy crap, the gun didn't even move. Well, let's suppose it moved, so I was shooting steel at 300 yards with it, 330, and I pulled the trigger. Yes, like you have the recoil, but I was able to get the gun back on target even at 330 yards before the plate, like as the plate was hit, which is kind of like a big deal. I mean, that's the entire premise. When you need to be able to, as was said, unlike a team competition where you're going to have a spotter or whether you're a sniper or whatnot, in a match environment, there are going to be often situations where you need to be able to see your own hits and misses. And that is why most of those guys are shooting this flat 6 Wonder 6 calibers, because it's going to be a good mix of getting you the velocity that you need to get out to further distances, 1,000 yards, a little bit plus, and it's still a big enough bullet that you're going to be able to see a splash when you miss, and it's soft shooting enough that when, especially combined with a good muzzle break, you're going to be able to keep the gun and keep the target in focus on the scope, instead of losing focus and tracking. So that's kind of like the big thing. So what Ruger did with this gun, and you can keep it up, I can kind of point to both.
Go for it.
So starting in the front, so they have, I mean, pretty much the entire gun with the exception of the upper receiver and the stock is completely different. So up front, they put a good muzzle brake. So the regular Ruger muzzle brakes have actually been pretty good. However, actually, if you want to scroll down, yeah, just pick up the first picture. Make it bigger. We can kind of go off of it. You can just blow it up or just put it on full screen.
Here, I'll put it on
And I'll
full
kind of
screen.
talk over it.
Sounds like a plan.
So starting in the front, what Ruger did was they went out and they put on a muzzle brake. What I give them a lot of credit for is that they did not modify their own muzzle brake, which they could have, but that is actually an APA little bastard. Very, very good muzzle brake. It's pretty much the standard in PRS shooting for the caliber. Very effective. Next, moving down the barrel, it's a heavy contour stainless steel barrel. They did a brand new um, rail with a Swiss Arca. So the standard Ruger precision rifles, the standard action, they had a couple of generations of different rails, but most of them still just had M-Lock. Not if there's something upstairs. The higher end guns, so like the large magnums, the 6.5 PRC, the 338 Lop 1, the 300 PRC, and 300 Win Mag, they actually used a Swiss Arca rail even a couple of years ago. But you couldn't use those rails on the standard action magnums, so because basically it's essentially an AR-15 rail. So you could have actually upgraded your regular Ruger precision rifle with an AR-15 Swiss Arca rail. But they designed their own new rail with a Swiss Arca on it, and you still have M-Block on the bottom. Then they redid the lower receiver half, which basically goes around the magwell and holds the trigger in place. They contoured it a little bit better, and they put on a barricade stop on the front. Next, on the sides, you have a cutout, which is recessed for M-Lock, and that is so you can put a spare round holder on it. Moving back, they put on, instead of a regular plastic polymer grip, they put on the Magpul MOE Cake 2 grip, which is a little bit more upright. It's rubberized. It's pretty nice. Moving back to the stock, so actually the folding mechanism, one of the common complaints with the Rugers was they were a little bit hit or miss, so they redesigned it a bit. So now it feels really, really stiff and solid. Like there's no movement, there's no play. And then the stock itself on the bottom, instead of having a Picatinny rail section, they put a flat rail section, and that has M-Lock on the bottom if you want to go that route. And of course, basically the biggest thing is the trigger on it is a Trigger Tech 2-stage, was it field or special trigger? But basically it adjusts down to like 1.25 pounds, and it's super, super nice. So,
That would be the special.
yep. So yeah, so that's basically Ruger's entry for PRS. The MSRP is like 23 or 2400, but street price is right around $2,100. So standard rifles, they were all sub MOA. This thing is sub half MOA from playing with it, and I got some more ammo for both 6mm Creedmoor and another caliber. And that gun has been really, really, really good, and I'm looking forward to finally releasing the video with it. And the trigger is not bad, and that spurred a couple of people to kind of come up with the comments. Well, how does that compare with the other triggers? So, I got recently a Timney Ruger Precision Rifle trigger, and this is the one that goes down to, so it's a 2-stage. 8 ounces up to 1 pound for the first stage, and 8 ounces to 2 pounds on the second stage. So really looking forward to playing with this trigger. And I also have a jarred trigger, which is a single stage, and we're going to be all shooting the triggers back to back in that same rifle, so we can kind of see what's going to work the best and kind of like what are some of the pros and cons of each one. But that, I think it's truly ready to go out of the box. There's nothing else that you need to buy, namely a muzzle brake. Because, well, for example, like that APA muzzle brake, it's $170 brake. That for the little bastard. It comes with a rail, so it doesn't have a bubble level or anything on it, but it comes with a rail, so you don't need to spend more money on a rail. And well, this gun has been doing really, really well for Doug, and he's been winning PRS production pretty much every match.
So I'll just put my camera over here just so people can see a comparison between the two. Um, but I will say I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing how this Ruger is when it comes out. Um,
Well,
and, and
mine when it comes out, or this one which is already out.
either one. I mean, um, I can be honest with you. I think I'm gonna change the caliber over next year on the Savage to a 6 GT.
Yeah,
I'm
and 6GT looks like a really cool caliber.
it is. It is so much fun to shoot. Um, and when you, I never thought I'd ever shoot a 6 millimeter caliber rifle out past 1,000 yards. I never thought that was ever possible. So doing it last weekend, it was like, okay, this is cool. I'm definitely gonna have to do this more often.
Oh yeah.
Uh, like I said, I'm really impressed with it.
Well, what you
And
need to do is get a 6 arc and really push it.
that's next. That will be next on the chopping block. After the XC build. Actually, that was another thing I was thinking about putting this Savage into was a 6XC.
Okay.
That would be another one I was actually considering because that's what I was considering originally for Project Prometheus. Um, I might I might go with the XC. I don't know. We'll have to see when that time comes.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, really, what it comes down to is that it's whether or not you're going to be able to load your own ammo. Because I mean,
Yeah,
wholeheartedly, unless you load your own ammo, I can't recommend anybody consider 6GT,
exactly.
6XE, or any of the other hot rod calibers.
Yeah,
Um,
Dasher,
I-
BRA.
Correct. It's like you can. There are some people who are making loads for it, but you're going to be paying up out the butt for it. And I mean, here's really what it comes down to: with 6 Creedmoor or 6.5 Creedmoor, you can literally go to during normal times. You can go to any Walmart or almost any gun store and find ammo for it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're flying somewhere or not, or even just pop by a local Cabela's, and you'll be able to find Hornady Match, 6 Creedmoor, or Sig, or whoever. They have the ammo, and you don't have to worry about loading your own. Um, is it better to load your own? Yes, but a lot of people aren't. And the fact that Bagara released the 6.5 Creedmoor before we released the 6 Creedmoor tells me all I need to know about who the rifle is targeted towards. It's targeted towards for people who are wanting to get into it, but you know what it is. It's the same people who. It's the vast majority of the people who buy a Jeep Wrangler because it's off road capable, but they're never going to take it off road.
Yeah, same with the people who drive big trucks with 24-inch rims. What's the point? You're never going to use that truck for what it's really worth.
Or Corvette owners.
Yeah, you should have bought a Hellcat instead. Um,
Well, even the Hellcat people. It's
At
like
least the
most of those
Hellcat people race them. I mean, come on.
on the street illegally,
So what's wrong with
not on the track.
that? Oh, that's why you buy a Demon.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry.
So yeah,
Mopar or no car for me when it comes down to it.
it
Um,
happens.
I know. Not all
Let's
of us
get
can
all the
be good.
Mopars are fix it again Tonys now. Anyway,
Well, they're still better than Chevy. Uh,
eh. Well, it could be
so
found. It could be found on Road Dead.
right. But okay, we're getting off topic. I do want to go. Let's go here to Joe's comment real quick.
Hey Joe, I'm
Uh,
insulted that you asked Derek and not me.
your thoughts on the DPMS platform for an AR-10? You know, DPMS or
Wait, wait,
Armalite.
wait, wait, hold on. I
Uh
know where this is gonna go, so I'm gonna write this down and I'm gonna put it down,
oh.
and then
Oh Jesus.
okay. So I wrote where we were gonna go, and if you're gonna mention it, I will bring it up. Go ahead.
Okay. For me, it doesn't matter if it's either DPMS or Armalite platform. Um, there you can't interchange them. You have to use whatever cut is what for the receiver. to me, it's 1/10 or the other. Now the big difference is going to be the new DSi DS25 platform. That is going to be. Okay, hold on. I knew you were going there with that. Oh man. So, yes, I am so looking forward to that DS25 platform. Um, yeah, the it doesn't matter to me. Either one works. If, at this point, if you can get one or the other, grab it. I mean, with the way the market is.
But I mean, are guns still like very? I mean, like guns are fairly pretty much available here. Like, I mean, pretty much almost anything you want, you can go get.
So I've highlighted names, so you wanted both to be
Oh, that's
posted.
because I am not on the YouTube page, and that's why you can't tag me in it.
Yeah, uh, because he's not hosting tonight.
Well, no,
That's
I if I open up the YouTube window and I go into your live chat, he'll be able to tag me in there.
oh, okay.
Yep,
You know what I should do is I should stream into your Slav
it's
Guns
fine.
group on Facebook. That way people have it. I'll go back here to what was it Andy's question. Hey guys, there's much difference between 6GT and 6 Creed. The case powder comparison. Andy from Australia. Andy, sorry it took me a few minutes to get to your comment. Yes, you're right. Big 10 grain difference in powder.
Is
Really.
it that much? Wow.
Yeah, the 6GT. God, I'm running 33.5 grains of Varget, and I'm getting 2,900 feet per second. Off the top of my head, Andy, if you're still watching, you can correct me. I believe it's right around 41 or 42 grains of powder for the 6 Creedmoor.
Oh,
Because
so the 6 Creedmoor is a bigger case than 6 GT.
it's the same parent case as a 6.5, except for it's neck down to a 6.
No, no, I'm talking about between 6 GT to a 6 Creed. There's that much of a difference.
Oh, yeah, there is that much of a difference.
So 6 GT is a smaller case.
Yes.
So why would you shoot it?
Smaller. I don't. I said the same thing about the Dasher. I was looking at the Dasher, and I'm like, no. I'm like, you have to do some magazine modifications and everything else to it. With the
Yeah.
6GT, you don't. I mean,
Okay.
there's your case size
Yeah.
comparison.
Okay. I see it.
So,
So the overall length is pretty much the same. It's just the shoulders. It's a little bit more efficient. It looks like.
the overall length is actually a little bit shorter.
Okay.
I'm running 2.530 on the GT, and the 6.5 is a 2.8. So,
You know what you need to do? You need to get George Gardner on to talk about 6 GT.
we might have to do that. I know we have. I will put a big thing out there and tell everybody. In 2 weeks, we will be having Kurt Vaughn from Vaughn Precision coming out and joining us. So we'll definitely bring. He's gonna be coming on and talking about some builds and some other stuff. So, and he's a big 6.5 Creedmoor fan. From what I've seen.
Yeah, and honestly, all the calibers are going to be good and efficient. It's about literally just optimizing for whatever game you're playing or
Yeah,
whatever task you're shooting.
exactly. And the one thing I can honestly say I don't like about this Bagara is this is more veered towards your PRS shooter where the Savage can be set up for both your ELR and PRS.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this one more is because with my son he can go, okay, Dad, I want to shoot PRS or I really want to do ELR. Well, with this I can turn it into a 280 Ackley improved
Hmm.
and a barrel swap.
Yeah.
So
And like, and that's actually that was going to be one of the things that we're doing with this caliber, the one that I have. So if I get whenever I get the 6 Creedmoor version of that, the one that's app right now, we're going to set that up towards PRS, and I'm actually going to go shoot a couple of PRS matches.
oh, very nice.
And the one here, we're going to set it up for ELR because the caliber on this one here is a little bit more better for that.
Okay. So yeah,
But
Joe.
I do want to reach out to Bergara and try to get one of those guns.
That would be nice. Oh, Buzzy Clown is on with us tonight.
What's going on?
Uh, our friend Buzz D Clown.
Actually, did we look at any of the Howas? Because they
You know,
do something very similar.
I did not look at the house. You. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go into Howa.
Wait, hold on. Wait. It's all the way over there because I'm just even thinking like I have one Howa 1500 in the MDT Oryx chassis, and Howa. So Legacy Sports you're gonna have to go to.
Yeah. APC
So like I
chassis.
said, they stuff theirs in a bunch of different
Yeah, I'm looking at
chassis.
their APC chassis right now. Here, I'll bring that back up on the screen. So there's their APC chassis. That's their main chassis that they sell. I knew they were working with another company. I really wish Steven would have came on tonight.
So they have the. So there's a couple that they stick in MDT chassis.
Oryx.
They're Oryx, but they are distributors for all MDT products.
The TSPXs.
Yep,
Is their
that's the
exclusive one that they're working with.
and then they have the Southern STCA, I believe, as well.
Okay, Northwest Guns. So the 22-250 or a 38 Edge.
22-250. Interesting. I haven't heard that in a while.
I don't know. Over a 280 Ackley? Oh, that's debatable.
No, he said 38 Edge.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember what the 38 Edge is, but I mean, but Joe,
What's the game or what's the purpose?
Yeah, Darren, why don't you put another comment up in here? Tell us what your is it for like PRS, NRL, ERL,
Shits and
like
giggles.
That. Yeah, shits and giggles. We do a lot of that around here. Yeah, this one. Hey, at least this one comes in 6.5 PRC. And who was it? Steven had this rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he really liked that rifle. So
yeah, so one of the things I remember specifically about it is that the folding mechanism, he said, was very solid. I know one of the challenges with the folding mechanisms is sometimes there's a little bit of too much play, but apparently this was nice and solid.
Like I said, I still have no experience with a Howa. I'm gonna have
They're
to reach
kind of
out
nice.
to them.
The mini action is really where it's at. I mean, I would love a 1500 mini action in a 6 arc or something like that. That'd be beautiful.
There you go, little mini action chassis for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I can't get in touch with Howa, because the person who was handling me as an influencer is no longer there, and the new guy that Steven works with, he hasn't responded to me at all. So what I wanted to do was actually just get a Howa 1500 mini and 6.5 Grendel, and then get it converted. So I mean, I've even been looking at all the local stores. I can't find a 1500 and 6.5 Grendel, only 7.62 by 39, and the bolt face is slightly different between the two.
Yes, it is. Just a little. Now, see, I wouldn't mind playing around with this one.
It's okay.
I mean,
I did a video on it.
Doesn't give an MSRP on it. So
which one is that? It's about $800.
Okay, so I mean, this is another route you can go. How, if what I've been told, I don't know this to be true because I don't have any experience with Howas, is Howa barrels are either hit or miss. Michael over at Panther Hollow, he does a lot with Howas and chambers them in 6GT. He's actually got videos of him shooting a mile with a 6GT. So he absolutely loves that cartridge, and he builds barrels for it too.
Yeah. So I mean, mine is in 308, and it's been accurate, quite accurate. I have zero complaints with it. Well, with action.
I'll have to get an hour and a Grendel.
Hour?
Oh, okay. I think he's just saying even one of his opinions. I want to give a big shout out to Buzz. He sent some once fired brass 6.5 Creedmoor Brass out to the channel to help us out with some testing on this rifle. I want to say thank you to him and a big shout out.
That reminds me, you wanted 6.5 PRC brass, I think. Or was it 300? Or you wanted something?
300 PRC. I got to get some down the road. I think I got a bunch in my backpack. I haven't even tumbled. It's been sitting there for 4 months. But I'm taking the 6.5 PRC out tomorrow with the Element scope on it. So
wait, what 6.5 PRC do you have?
No, 6.5 PRC. 300 PRC.
Okay.
I don't have a 6.5 PRC yet. I'm gonna wait till brass starts coming back out for that. Then I'll grab one.
6.5 PRC. Like the more I shoot it, I just love that cartridge. It's such a versatile. Such a versatile caliber, and I can't wait till I take the garbage off of the Savage 110 tactical and put in a proper. Actually, I don't have a proper trigger for it, but put in a proper stock.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm gonna be working with the jarred one here. Yeah. I'm really debating on what rifle this is gonna go in, so I might just put it in the 110 behind me because the other one does. The 112 has a target trigger in it already.
I think that would be good to just compare them, stock versus regular. Shoot some groups with stock, and then put the new trigger in, and shoot some groups with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a fun comparison. I think it's gonna be a good trigger. I really hope, and being the only true drop-in that I've ever seen from for Savage, I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
So can you talk about what you mean by true drop-in for Savage and why there aren't?
So for Remington 700, you have most 700.
And you might as well make yourself big.
Okay.
Muito grande.
Okay, here, what I'll do is we will go big and I'll go put it on the secondary camera. It's easier for me to do it that way. Okay, so what I'm meaning by drop-in trigger is for a Remington 700 platform, this is a true drop-in trigger. Punch the 2 pins out, put this in, put the 2 pins back in, you're good to go. With the Kelby Atlas action, it's a trigger hanger system. So I just unscrew, this goes in, and it's done. See, with the Savage, their trigger systems are hard to say if you could have ever done a drop-in trigger. Okay? Let me see if I can bring this out a little more. I can't. My cord's not long enough. I didn't use the long one tonight. So, if you guys notice here,
you can use the zoom on the camera.
Not when you're using camo.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, because I'm using the free version right now. So, the thing is with the AccuTrigger, it's got the blade or the dingus. Oh. So, it's got the dingus now, or people call them, but it's actually a blade. It's a safety blade. It's a drop safe trigger, which is one of the reasons why I like them. And plus, you can adjust them down, and you can modify them and smooth them out. Don't let people tell you can't do it, because I proved them wrong. On my 300 PRC, I've got a Savage AccuTrigger down to about a pound pull, and smooth, breaks like glass. So a lot of people don't like having this right here. So with what Jar did is they did a true drop-in trigger. Everything for this trigger is in a housing. So this is a top bolt release, because that's what that rifle is. Everything is in one housing. You only have to knock out one pin to put it up on. That's it. This goes up on, you set your sear back here on the screw, and it will break at 18 ounces. As you can see, this is the jarred. Then you have the Trigger Tech for a Remington style action. But there wasn't a company out there for the longest time that actually had one for a Savage. And when I saw it, I had to have one. I was very intrigued. because this is a game changer for anybody shooting a Savage. Because if you put a good bolt lift kit inside your Savage and you're running one of these triggers, it's going to change the game. The way it would in the PRS scene.
Now, the other triggers that are available for the Savage, how are they different?
Okay, how they are different is they are not a true drop in. They are more of, okay, I have to go in here, punch one pin here,
Okay.
punch one pin there, and then I got to set the sear. Where this is, you
Yep.
put it up
It's a true
in.
drop in. Okay.
I'll show you again real quick. It's a true drop in. It just clips on the ledge, comes in, put one pin, you adjust the sear on the back, and it's done. This trigger will literally only take probably about 4 minutes to install. So I'm really looking forward to it. Do they make a bottom bolt release? Yes, they do make a bottom bolt release. And you do have to specify if you have the 3-position safety or the 2-position safety. The 3-position one is a little more expensive than the 2, but you don't have to use the 3-position safety. It's just an option. No, no, Buzz. Sorry, I have not installed it yet. I just literally got it in about a week and a half ago, and I've been running short at my facility. So, uh, CMC triggers for my AR-15. I forgot to tell you that slab was $50 or more today, so I paid a few weeks ago. So, okay,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, they make decent triggers for the AR.
They do. One trigger I really do want to try on an AR is an Elfman. That will be next.
Don't you already have one of those?
In a 700.
Okay.
And I got one of those down here too. So I gotta send that one back actually. So this is a game changer for anybody running a Savage. So actually, I have to test this and send my results actually back to Savage. So it's actually going to be quite fun. Get out and shoot. That's right.
You do. You need to go shoot in general.
Yeah, you do.
Although it's just as fun talking about guns online with friends than it is sometimes to shoot.
I'm going out to the long range tomorrow. I'm going out to the 1,000 and 1,500 yard range tomorrow. So
Ooh.
I've gotta get out there and do some shooting.
And I'm gonna go play with the Taurus.
Yeah, you do that. I'll go play with my Lapua.
Lapua.
So I'm gonna go play with that in my 300 PRC. So that's and decide what one I'm going to shoot for the ALR match in June.
300 PRC. It's a no-brainer.
It
makes sense. Plus, you'll be the cool kid.
Well, considering I just ordered Patriot Valley Arms' 212 grain Secas, yes, it's gonna make more sense. Be with that 940 BC G1 ballistics bullet, it's gonna make a lot of sense.
There you go.
If I had the 33XC up and done already, that would be a no-brainer. I'm taking that. So I'm gonna go play around tomorrow in that elevation area, do some data and everything because our barometric pressures have been really low lately, and I actually noticed that in the last couple of days and got excited.
So you're cheating.
I'm how wow. I want to have an advantage.
Yeah, you already have an advantage over us. What's the word I'm looking for? Lower level people, sea level people. Well, not that we're about at 800 feet elevation here, and where our shoot is 1,000. I'm sorry, but what's your elevation? 5,000?
Depends. If we're up in the hills, we're up over we're 5,800. Where I sit at my house, I'm 4,900, and the range that I'm going to be shooting at tomorrow is 4557.
So what does that get you? An extra 200 yards in supersonic?
Yeah, 2 to 3 actually.
Once again, you're cheating.
Yeah.
Although it does make me feel better that for all of your given advantages, when the big one, when Yellowstone erupts, you're going to get screwed.
Pretty much. But I
We
get to
might
die
have a
without my
chance here
toy.
on the coast.
Yes, Yes, Darren is absolutely right. My 300 PRC shoots itself at 500.
I would say even at a mile.
Uh, Darren shot my 300 PRC.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, so, and this is actually the thing. I mean, like, that caliber is just such a great caliber. I keep bringing up the story, but I mean, we took out, so at the Ruger Media event at FTW Ranch, we're shooting factory Ruger precision rifles in 300 PRC with factory Hornady ammo in 300 PRC, and we're hitting everywhere 80% hit rates at about a mile, and about 50% at 2100, and then after that it just went downhill because it went subsonic again. But it's such a great caliber. And like I said, I think we were able to hit at 2300 yards with factory gun, factory ammo at 1,000 feet above sea level. There we go.
There you go.
I was gonna say flat earther, but no, lowlander is correct.
Yep. No, I agree. And the 300 PRC, it is a no-brainer to go with that one, but because finding 225 matches are hard to find, and then I made the decision this week. I'm like, if I'm going to be really competitive,
There's 250s.
What's the G1 BC on those?
878.
It's not that much of a difference from the 230s.
So this is the 250 is 878. The 230. And these are just empty boxes. I don't have real bullets in these, although it's freaking heavy. It's 823.
Oh my god. Okay, it's 823. So, like I said, I'm gonna be running.
Look how pretty these are. And this is obviously just a fake illustration, but look how pretty they are.
You cracked me up, man.
Okay, open one of these.
Valley Arms.
But I am really interested in those Senecas by Patriot Valley Arms. And for those that are not familiar, so Patriot Valley Arm actually, I'm sure you're familiar with Warner Flatlines. That's Patriot Valley Arms. He made those bullets for them.
Yes, these are what I'm going to be running on that. I ordered some yesterday. So, but with the massive BC of what these are, I mean, I was just really impressed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the BC on these are running what they are on a 338.
Mm-hmm. And so, being only 212 grains, I mean, you can really push them out there.
Yeah. So these are running a 461 G7. If anybody knows about G7, is what you want to look at when you're going out past 1500. But it's going to be nuts. Honestly, I think I'm going to get these out past. Oh, hi Ryan. Have a great night, guys. Hey, you too, buddy.
Later, Ryan.
Wish I knew you were on. I would have said hi to you earlier. Yeah, these are going to be quite interesting to play around with, because when I was talking to the gentleman, they were saying they were getting these at like high 3100s, almost 3200 feet per second. So I think it's going to be very interesting to play with these.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to it. But he has not released his 338 yet. But for 338s, I'm probably going to go with Badlands Precisions.
Okay, I've heard of those.
He's got some really good ones. Some 265 grainers, which I can run out of my Savage. 112. And then his 285ers, I will run out of the improved and through the 33XC. Because the running the G1 BC on those is 1.010. So
I love Buzz's comment.
I'd be shit to shoot this one.
So here's the thing. This is why I didn't shoot these beauties yet. Like, the box is just so beautiful.
See,
Um,
I'm not like Slav. I will shoot him.
I will shoot him at some point too.
I'm actually gonna go load about 15 of these 230 grainers up tonight.
Oh, see, and I have some in 6mm as well. Oh, this one's actually open.
I haven't played around with the 6mm ones yet.
So here's basically, look, they come. So the whole premise of these is the bullets are in the box. So this is the only box of bullets I have. They are sequentially put into the box. So there's minimal variation between. Like I said, it's one after another, and generally they're put right into the box. So pretty much no one has handled these bullets. You're the first one. And they still have the sizing the sizing lube on it still.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
You get this Hornady bag. Actually, no, it's screwed. I think I will load some up. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it back. You get a Hornady bag. And I might shoot it with 6 Creedmoor. Ooh, yes.
Here, I'm going to put mine on big screen and put mine on the other camera real quick so I can show Buzz. So, this is a 230 grainer loaded up on a 300 PRC.
Nice.
So, I've got a few.
Wait, those are A-tips?
These are A-tips.
Nice.
I bought these last summer out in North Dakota. They were running them on special. They were like $55 for 100.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah, so I was like, I have to have a box. Because that's all I shot last summer was my 338 or my 300 PRC. So I was like, I had to have one. And I haven't found any for 338 yet. I have not found none. So if anybody finds any, please contact me below.
Yeah, let me know. I have, I think I saw them last time in my Cabela's.
Okay. And no, Joe, it's not a Gap. It's better than a Gap. No.
45 Gap is an awesome cartridge.
I saw mountains of primed brass that no one wanted today because there was no powder or projectiles.
You should have bought those because...
Gio, find out what caliber they are and contact me and Slav. We will send you money.
Yeah, now, honestly, powder is not a problem, and bullets are not a problem here either.
No, I've got both of those. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I might be a little low on powder. I'm down to like 60 pounds or so.
Joe said he will. Joe, you're the man. Buzz, you're the man too.
Damn it, I want to go shoot.
I know, me too. I haven't even sighted in the 300 PRC with the new scope on it yet. So I'm wondering if I'm even going to be able to get that to 0 within 300 yards.
Oh, so say it again. What do you have?
My 300 PRC. Because the way I have it set up, I have it on a 20 MOA scope base with a 20 MOA scope mount.
Okay. So, what kind of scope are you running on there? You should be able to.
The Element.
0. The Titan or the Helix?
The Titan.
L0. Because...
Thanks for joining us, Darren. Appreciate it, bro.
Have a good night, Darren. Pleasure. You should be able to, because that scope has like close to 100 MOA.
Yeah, so it's pretty much I'm putting 80 back into it. I'll float on 20. So I'm just wondering if I'm going to be able to 0 it at 100, or if I'm going to go out to like 30.
You'll 0 it at 100.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to 0 it with the 225s. We'll start there, and once the other ones come in, we'll get the other ones loaded. I'll bring them back down to the range, do a couple velocity tests to them, because H1000 I found is to be very consistent with that rifle.
In 300 PRC, I think that was also my recollection that H1000 was the stuff. Rotumbo was a little but I really liked Reloader 26. I was able to get higher velocities and it fucked up my gun. was a little hot. I actually probably should get that new replacement extractor.
Joey will do that. Send me a private message on Discord. Uh, yeah, I have, like I said, I had really great luck. I've also got some 220 ELD X's because that was about the only heavy grain Hornady bullet I could find at the time. So, but you know, I I'm so glad I was an early adopter of this cartridge because it's such a fun cartridge to shoot.
Oh, for reals.
What dies am I running for my 300 PRC? Believe it or not, I'm actually running just basic custom grade Hornady dies. I don't get into a lot of the bushing dies. I've had really great luck with Hornady dies, and I've always gotten low SDs. My SDs I'm running on these are 4.3 with an extreme spread of 3 with this load. And I don't think I could tune this load any better than what it is unless I had an EC tuner. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I have the match dies for it.
Okay, so you're running the bushing style. Okay.
Yeah, and I play with the tension on there.
Gotcha.
I've done more of that development on 5 PRC than I have on 300 PRC. To be honest, I mean, like, I'm kind of like I start the low development, but I never end up finishing it because it's like there's all these new guns that are coming in, so it's like, okay, I gotta like, I don't actually have time to just like go shoot one gun.
Gotcha. You are
but I think I will with. Yeah, my internet is starting to suck.
Oh, that sucks.
It happens.
All the stores, 3 days a week, places where no one knows. That is the best way to go, Joe. I completely agree with you on that one. That's why I enjoyed working at a sporting goods store for a little while there, was because when stuff came in, I would grab it and put it on hold for myself and buy it the next week. Felt terrible about it sometimes, but I'm like, oh, you got to do what you got to do. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I've decided I'm not going to shoot lead core bullets for competitions. Anything under a mile, I'm just not going to do it this year. I'm going to spend that little extra money and get the higher BC monolithics.
Well, the only thing is you just got to prove it out to make sure that the BC is actually what the BC that's stated is. Because, there's been some issues in the industry where a company claims a BC, but the bullet never actually measures up to it.
Yeah. Well, and because he designed it when he was with Warner,
he was never with Warner.
Oh, okay. Well, he designed
it. He designed it, and then Warner took it. He sold distribution rights to Warner, and they labeled it as the Flatlines.
Okay. So, but if they're 1-1, their BC is going to be trued by Applied Ballistics. So,
yep.
That's why I'm going with them and Badlands Precision, because their bullets have actually been trued by Applied Ballistics.
Awesome.
So you can actually find their stuff in the Applied Ballistics app now. So
fantastic.
Which is really nice.
And Joe, if you're looking for ammo for 9mm, they have Aim Surplus sent out an email earlier. They had ammo in stock as of a couple hours ago.
Well, that's good to know.
Yep. I was thinking of picking up some 760 by 39.
I do have to pick some of that up here in the next couple months. Not for me, but for my wife. So, SDs and ESs that are much high. Well, I'm actually running 1 grain lower than what the max is on that 300 PRC. And I've tested it and tested it and tested it. And that was the best load I found and the best groupings I found. Excuse me. So, and I played around with 7977, 4831, H4831.
Mm-hmm.
God, what else did I shoot out of that?
Retumbo.
I did a couple runs of Ratumbo, not much. And
81.
then
Did you find 8133 or no?
I have not tried 8133 with the 300 PRC.
Yeah, that's still a little slow.
I keep that one for the 338.
I think that's really where it would be best.
Yeah, that one
Like
is more the
it,
338,
it,
33
I think
XC.
I think enough people have tested it. I mean, even in my own experience, to try to like find other stuff, but it's H1000 and Reloader 26. I mean, that's just what works
Yep.
for um, 300 PRC, and that used to be what a Hornady ran in the factory loads. I don't remember if they started with Reloader 26 and switched to H1000, or if they started with H1000 and switched to Reloader 26, but those are the two powders that they used in their factory ammo.
Yeah. I have no experience with Reloader 26. I wish I did. I should have bought that 8-pound tub of it when I had a chance, and I
Yeah.
didn't. But
I do want to try M365 though. Vita Fury
oh,
N365.
okay. You mean
Uh,
565?
I'm sorry, 565.
Yeah, I want to try their new 568.
Oh,
It is right. It's like I don't know how they did it, but it's right in between H1000 and Rotumbo. It's like right smack dab in the middle. For the burn rate, they said I really want to get my hands on some of that because it's supposed to be good for both 338 and 300 PRC.
very cool. All right. Sorry to do this, but I'm gonna go. I think I hear the dog whining.
Okay.
What I have to do now as a fur parent.
Well, why don't we close out the um, we'll close this out for tonight.
Okay.
My next live stream will be in 2 weeks when we have Kurt Vaughn from Vaughn Precision coming on, and uh, Slav. I will let you tell them where they can find you.
Seriously,
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
if y'all don't know where I am. No, actually, Derek, thank you very much for having me on this. I really enjoy these conversations. I enjoy not being host. I enjoy giving people a hard time. No, but I really enjoyed the conversation. And I know, like,
Yeah.
when I saw that Bagara, I'm like, okay, we got to talk about this because I know there are a
Yeah.
lot of people who are going to have questions on it. And you actually get to shoot more of this stuff at this point than I do, because frickin' Ruger, frickin' Taurus, and like they decide to shove handguns in my hands. And I'm like, okay, can you review this? I'm like, all right, fine. Um, and then obviously you have companies like Olight for like, hey, we have a brand new Olight coming out. Would you consider doing a review on it?
Oh my
And
god.
it's a really good light. And right now we're running a flash sale, and there's going to be a discount code that you can use.
Put the discount code in the chat. Let the guys have it.
I don't remember it, but go in my video. I think it's like Slav 10. Try that, or just message me and I'll let you know what it is.
Hop on the Discord group, guys. He'll put the discount code in there for you guys.
Sure, we can do that. So it's like I have like this. We have two 6mm arc guns that I want to finish doing, and then we have the Savage 110, and then it's like I got a freaking. Well, I can talk about the Taurus G3C Toro.
Mm-hmm.
So that came out. I'm like, okay, I really want to do this because there's people who are asking questions, and then there's going to be another gun that's going to come out in about 3 weeks, and that's going to be probably the biggest selling handgun in 2021, more than the Max 9, just due to its price point and all that stuff. So we're keeping me busy, but as soon as all that there, we're going to do more precision rifle stuff. And I can't wait to start playing more with the 6 Arc. My 24-inch T-box is starting to run really, really well. I'm enjoying the jarred AR set trigger. That's like really nice. And we'll do some more load development on that. And then later this summer, I'm going to go fly out to one of those big square states so we can have our 300 PRC 1 mile shoot off. Yep.
Are we doing 300 PRC now and not XC?
I like for King of One 300 PRC.
Yes, I could agree with you on that.
That's
That's
just it. Just makes the most sense. It's just like it's awesome for it. So
oh no, I agree.
that'll be that. And so basically Monday I'll try to have a brand new video for you guys, and we'll do a live chat before and probably after. So and we'll
And
go from there.
I will try to have a video for you guys next Friday. So
Go from there.
and so everybody, you guys can all find us on pretty much the same spot: YouTube, Odyssey, Instagram, Facebook. Uh, Northwest Guns put a Facebook group. We stream live there over there. With Slav's permission, maybe we'll stream over to Slav Guns next time. Also,
Well,
see
actually,
what's down
we
for
can stream to Odyssey.
that too. Maybe we might do that then, because for some reason I can't stream to Odyssey yet.
So right now it's only open to their top creators. So I think it's only 500 people, the top 500 people on the platform.
Gotcha.
They can live stream. So we're opening it up to more because it's
Okay.
still a little bit intensive. But like I said, it's been working really, really well. And they're working on a super chat platform.
Okay.
So they're testing that now. And the other one is if you have any other cryptocurrency, you can transfer it in and you can swap it right on the site for library credits, which you can then use to support the channel. But okay, so Buzz has a question. If you want to pop it up, I'll quickly answer that.
Yeah, I did. It's on the screen.
Oh, there it is. So hold off on buying a Max 9. If you need optics ready, don't. If you don't need optics ready, then I would say wait. And like I said, I don't have the gun yet. I just know the specs and all of that stuff. But I think it's going to be very attractively priced, kind of like, you know what? I think it's going to be more competition to the Hellcat and the P365 than it is going to be to the Max 9.
And I don't know. For me, I'm still a big
Yeah, I know. Alaskan,
guy
our
on the
friend.
Hellcat.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this: if you're a fan of Alaskan ballistics, he definitely wouldn't approve of this gun.
Oh, not big enough.
No, it's made. It's who it's made by, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like that company's guns now. No, but the Max 9 is a fantastic gun. I really, really like it. I've been playing with this. So I've been playing with the Taurus G3C, and I got to tell you, the Max 9 is really, really nice. I think it's fantastic. I mean, the trigger's in the right place. Great form factor, reliable. It's an awesome value for everything that you're getting. I think if your goal is to save a little bit of money, something new is coming that would make it an attractive option. Like I said, I don't know anything about the reliability. I haven't shot it yet. I just know what it's supposed to be like and the fact sheets on it. And based on that, I think it's going to be a good seller. I don't know how good of a gun it's going to be. And it does use a different trigger system than any of their other guns. So, yeah. Oh, but I will say one quick update. So, like, I have a video which has like an equivalent thumbs up and thumbs down. Like, I'm getting blasted by Taurus fanboys and Taurus haters, which is that Taurus G2C and G3C safety issue. Here's like, oh, don't be a moron. Well, here's the thing. So Taurus on the G3C Toro, that issue doesn't exist anymore. They fixed
Right.
it. So obviously it was an issue, but probably going to have a follow-up to that as well. Buzz, yeah, I think so. I have good expectations on it. But no, if you have the Max 9, what's the price that you're paying for the Max 9?
Love my G3, my GC3.
I'm assuming that's G3C.
Yeah. I still haven't seen a Max 9 in person yet over in my
Interesting.
area, so honestly, I want to give it a fair approach and look at one. Same with the Smith and Wesson Shield Plus.
I did play with that in a store. It's not bad. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is. Like I said, at a local FFL, they had like 15 of them.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you crash their stocks.
No, not Smith and Wesson. That was Vista
Oh,
Outdoors.
oh okay.
I actually have a decent relationship with Smith and Wesson.
Uh,
Yeah. No, but so I mean, I would say if you're getting the Max 9 for about 450, and you're gonna have the optics on it, I think it's gonna be a nice gun, and I definitely do think it's gonna have more features than that other gun. So upgraded sights. The sights are definitely better on the Max 9 than this other gun that's coming out. I'm interested to see what the trigger is going to be like because it is a different trigger than what they use on their other guns.
mm.
So maybe I'll do. Yeah, so $4.99 out the door. That's including the tax and transfer. That's actually fairly good price, especially when you consider taxes are over that. Performance Center Max 9? There's no Performance Center Max 9. You're thinking Performance Center Shield, which is optics cut. Or unless, what was the funky name on the Shield Plus Performance Center?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
I don't see a custom center Ruger here for a
no,
Max
there isn't.
9.
They don't have it. They don't have a
Yeah.
Performance Center version of it. I think he's talking about the Performance Center Shield Plus, which is the only way to get a optics cut on a shield. Yeah, $4.99 outdoor is a very fair price. You're gonna love the gun. It's a really nice gun. I can't say this enough. It's a really nice gun. I have zero issues with it. My wife is currently using it, not as a carry gun, but we have it out in the garden for just in case. I'm still carrying an LCP2 because I like pocket carry. Um, but and the Max 9 has a red dot on it. But let's say, for example, for my wife, Max 9 with an optic all day, every day. So, yeah. But I'll
No.
probably, so apparently it's going to ship out at the end of next week. It keeps
Okay.
getting pushed back and back. So hopefully I'll have some first impressions, and I'm sure for members I will make comments or stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, we're dragging on. So yeah, I'll see
Okay.
you guys on Monday.
I will. Thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the live stream. In 2 weeks, we're going to have Kurt from Vaughn Precision on. I'm looking forward to that. I've actually been a fan of his channel for many years, and I'm glad he accepted the invitation to come on. And he just recently got done with a 6.5 Creedmoor project we're going to talk about. And it's a Savage because he's a Savage guy too. Must be this Northwest thing going on or something. So, but I'll look forward to seeing everybody there. And I'll let Slav Guns close it out.
As always, we appreciate you watching. Keep on squatting, and I'll see you on his next video.
See you guys all later.